Hi and welcome everyone. Lisa here for Whimsy Stamps. Thanks for taking the time to join me. Today I'm sharing two more slimline cards featuring the new Elegant Ornament Stamps and Die, along with a few other products from Whimsy, and we'll talk about that more as we work our way through the video. Laid out here in front of me, I have the frame from the new Slimline Scenic Countryside Die set. And we're going to use the frame and the center cutout piece. And you can see here that this Elegant Ornament Die fits perfectly in that frame. I'm going to cut some red and white cardstock to 1/4 inch wide strips. I'm doing a candy cane theme. Now, there's some embellishments in the Whimsy store called peppermint sticks, and that's my inspiration for my shaker card that I'm going to be creating. Now, the reason that I made two cards was because I had the insert, the cutout from the center of this frame sitting there, and I'm adding these strips all the way across my panel as it is. So I just had the idea that I could get a second card out of this by running that back through the die cut machine once I have this completely covered. And then I'll have not only the frame, but a red and white striped panel to work with as well. So I added glue to the frame and I'm just coming in, lining those stripes up. I used red and white cardstock. It makes it much easier to keep everything nice and neat. You don't have to worry about coming in, adding tick marks every 1/4 of an inch on your frame. You can just line those up. Here's the back side of the frame with the red and white stripes on it. We're going to take the insert, add some glue to it, and then lay it back in our frame. We'll carry this to the die cut machine, run it back through, and we have our 2-for-1 now. I cut a piece of white cardstock a little bit smaller than the frame that I'm going to be using, and I ran that through the die cut machine with the Elegant Ornament Die. And I'm going to cut the ornament out of this so that I can create a shaker card with this. So I'm going to come in with my scissors and just snip right across the top and then right across the bottom of this, and I'm ready to go. We're going to add some glue and some tape to the back of this panel so we can cover it with a piece of acetate that I've trimmed down. You just need your piece of acetate large enough to cover the ornament. You don't need to cover the whole back panel. Now, once we lay the acetate down, we're going to come in and lay down some foam adhesive strips like you see on the back there. And I did cut a piece of red cardstock to cover that up. Watching and seeing, I wished I had just used white cardstock. So there's a little tip for you. If you decide maybe you want to recreate this, I would suggest white cardstock. It will help your candy canes pop off the white cardstock much better than they do with the red cardstock. I'm removing the release paper from the back of my foam strips, and I'm going to go ahead and cover up the shaker portion of this. I'll add some glue to the red cardstock and then go ahead and center this up on a 3.5 by 8.5 inch slimline card base. Once we have this lined up, I'll add glue to the back of my red and white striped frame and add that to the top of my shaker. We'll set this aside and start to work on the second card. Now for the second card, I ran the die through my die cut machine with white cardstock, and all I'm going to do is cut it free from the paper because I just want the cutout of the die. And you can see how pretty that is. The detail is gorgeous on this. Using the striped ornament from the Elegant Ornament stamp set, and I'm stamping that with my VersaFine Clair Verdant ink. And for the second card, I'm going to stick with more of a red, white, and green theme. And then the first card, the shaker card, we're going to use silver glitter cardstock. Now, I cut pieces from green and red and silver glitter cardstock with the Christmas Branches die set. This is an amazing die set to have in your stash. It's perfect for adding fun touches like I'm doing here. Now I centered that stamped ornament up on that panel, and I used mounting foam behind it, and I'm just coming in adding these die cut pieces to the top of the ornament so it looks like it's hanging from the holly. our red and white striped background, I used glue on the back of that to glue it to a 3.5 by 8.5 inch slimline card base. Other than adding the sentiment to that, we are through with that card. Now for my shaker card, I decided, like I said, silver glitter cardstock, simple die cutting with the Christmas branches die set, and added those to the top, and that card's done as well. Now I stamped my Merry Christmas sentiment, adding that right across that ornament. I'm making sure that I have it nice and straight. Now, all of the products that I used during the video, you're going to be able to find them linked below. For my shaker card, I decided I wanted to dress it up a little bit more right on the bottom of the ornament. So I had an extra berry and holly leaves cut out, and I decided I would use those right along the bottom here. And I'm going to offset my sentiment, Merry Christmas, to the right. And that's pretty much going to wrap us up on this video. So 2 more slimline cards for you with that Elegant Ornament stamp set and die. And I really do appreciate you joining us. I hope you'll click that button and ring the bell to be notified of new content to the channel. Please remember, you can always share these videos with your crafty friends across your social media. We really do appreciate it. A thumbs up is always helpful. It lets YouTube know that you like what we're doing. And again, thanks for joining, and until next time, take care.